Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Giants going up against the Saints. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. As usual, the streets of the nearby French Quarter are alive as we are in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll go on the ground. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The defense came out with a look that they had prepped for all week to attack. They took advantage, got the first down.
And the key words in there, prepped for all week. They really studied them, understood their tendencies, knew what they liked to do, and prepared their game plan accordingly. And, boy, the payoff was good.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The headshots here are the offensive unit. And what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
Looking to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Landon Collins is built like your typical tackle-first safety, but he does have the ability to play the deep part of the field.
Offense just a yard away from the line they need to gain at 3rd down. They'll try and sneak it here. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Well, they gave it a shot, quarterback sneak. Not able to get it.
No, but if you're going to call a QB sneak on 3rd down, you draw it up to get it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Maybe they were thinking 4-down territory.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Ooh, that's taking a real chance on the opening drive of the ball game. I get wanting to be aggressive, but you don't want to leave your defense in a bad spot right away. Fortunately, they're able to convert here on 4th down.
Here we go. Green. No. Check. Patriot. Leopard.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This officially a 55-yard attempt. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And they get 14 yards there and a first down.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Let's go. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it'll bring up third down. This offense has a lot to account for, but at the top of the defense's list is OBJ.
I'm not sure how you really game plan for him because no matter what you do, he finds a way to uncover himself downfield. And the speed gets it from his mom, a former sprinter at LSU.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's fourth down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And not great starting field position here for the offense. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Shift together here from the D-line.
All right, here we go.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Now let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
Let's take it inside his own 40. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff looking right. And some space here. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 20 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a New York first down. And now the offense operates in the red zone. And some extras coming up on the line here, ready for the blitz. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Well, trying to get it to Adams. comes, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Over the middle to Beckham. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants. And the D looking like they may blitz. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Hurry up, here we go. No, check, Patriot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy the 45 at the 46. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, you really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call. Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They're going to look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. That'll bring up second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham from 6 yards away. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the back.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. The gun now on third down. Hard throw, incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. Now fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And taken right on the 30. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Back Detroit!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We're back to New Orleans after this. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through it.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Back to throw here. And this is Shepard on the catch. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And his pass incomplete.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Leopard! Now let's go! Green, 39! Detroit! Leopard!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kicker...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here, Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session, but Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead. And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see in the postgame. We're ready to get to the 3rd quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Green, 39! Green, 30!
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Watch it now, Leopard! Here we go. Watch it now, Barney! Leopard!
And And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been terrific so far. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
2nd down and 4. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll look to throw. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd down following the run.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
All right, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And New York set to take the field. And they have 3-point points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
He'll drop to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From the 2-yard line now, it's first and goal. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Offense looks to punch it in here from the 1 on. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there, taking it in from a yard out. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This will be taken in at the 1. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They get 39 yards out of that one. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Back to throw again. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. And McCaffrey taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints are back within a score. And his kick is right through. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll run it here. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of the game. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
Back to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This one from 48 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
He's got some space. A good pickup there, a 22.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him. Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And it's a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Oh, hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And they'll go on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Watch it now, Marty.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this end-to-end. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
They were stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So 2nd and 10 here. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 59 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Now let's go.
They'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. He's back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their dangerous wide receiver with time running out. And the Saints move back within a couple of the lead. Now whistles here, and I think the offense has just used their 3rd and final timeout of the second half. They have. The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. They'll try and throw for it. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And New York set to take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to throw. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there of 22. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And it's good! And on opening weekend of field...